Hello, welcome to today's class. All right, today we're going to talk about something very important that has to do with full stack developers, both as web developer and as a mobile app developer. It's very, very important for you, all right, and that is the OAuth authentication. All right, OAuth authentication. From the word authentication, very, very important word for full stack developers. All right, you have to, when building an app, you have to make sure you verify users that are making use of it, and that's where the OAuth come in, or the authentication come in. Here user try to access your app by logging in, and a different method of logging in. We have logging with credentials, that's email or username and password. Then logging in with the OAuth authentication, talking about making use of third-party providers to facilitate login, like the Google. I'm sure you've been used website where you logged in using Google or Facebook, using Twitter, or login using GitHub. All those are third-party providers, and that's what the OAuth authentication is talking about. But before we proceed, let's go straight to documentation. Meanwhile, I've already built a UI here. You can see it on my screen here. A UI, just a little. Let me show what it looks like on the web. All right, this is what it looks like here. So just this is it. All right, just simple. We're going to working on login with Google, OAuth login using the Google provider. Before that, let's go straight to the documentation. Auth.js documentation. All right, Auth.js provides us the platform where we can use third-party providers to facilitate logins for our user. All right. So get started. Let me go to the beginning. All right. We can already open this page. So get started. This site also all the JS front agnostic library based on standard web APIs that integrate deeply with modern JavaScript framework. All right. So we're working with Next.js. So click on Next.js. We're working with Next.js. So let's click on Next.js. How do we integrate all.js into our Next.js application? So the first is the installation. All right. Start by installing the appropriate package for your framework. So we want to install this package for our framework. All right, so we have to copy this and install, copy this and run it on our terminal. That's how we install it. I'm sure you should have an idea about this. Copy it, but if you don't have, just watch me. You can install. Control V on the terminal here. How do you put your terminal? Control Baptic. Control Baptic. The Baptic key is the key under your escape key on your keyboard. All right, so open this, paste your command, and run this. All right, so when you run this, it will automatically install your Auth.js package. So let's wait for it to install our Auth.js package. So as it's installing, let's go and see what we need to do next. All right. So after installation, next is to set up environment. Is to what? Set up environment. The only environment variable that's mandatory is the auth secret. Is a random value used by library to encrypt tokens and email verification hashes. So we need a secret key that is used to encrypt tokens and email verification for our users. All right. So, and without this key, login using this OAuth might not be possible. All right. So we need to set up for, before we do that, we need to create a location in our project where this key can be stored, and that location is called, we can call it .env or the .env.local. All right. So I think I'm having issue installing this project, this package. All right, but I think I can fix this issue. So in case, normally by pasting that command and running, it should install normally. All right, but in case you have this kind of errors, you can just follow me, do what I do. All right, paste your command again, and just, you can see it said force this command with, you can fix the upstream conflict. The reason why how you can fix this error is by you try the command with a force or legacy period. So let me do that. Dash legacy legacy dash peer dash dev. This is very important so that I can be able to know how to do this error in case you've you are caught in such a situation. Right? Just by doing this, run this command again, it's going to install automatically. So we're getting it installed. So good. So as it's installing, let's set up our environment. So we need to create an env.local file. All right. So you come to the root of a directory, right click on new file, call it .env, be very careful, .env.local. All right, .env.local. .env, very, very important. That's why our secret to be stored. All right, the auth secret to be stored. And it's very, very important to facilitate login. Without the auth secret, you won't be able to set up the login with either of the providers. All right. So next, so let's. I think it has installed. Yeah. So it has installed successfully. How do you confirm whether you have installed or not? Go to your package or JSON file on your project. Click on it. You can see if it has installed. You see. So we have the next auth. So it has installed successfully. So let's proceed. So what next? Next is to set up an environment, and for us that we need to run this command on our terminal. What this command does is that when we run this command, it automatically creates an auth secret and creates another secret in our env.local file. All right, it automatically create an auth secret, a secret here, an npm auth secret in our env.local file. So let's go ahead and run that command. All right, to come here. All right, so open your terminal again, Control V, run the command. So everything's really on the documentation. You can follow the documentation keenly. You can arrive at where you want. So let's see. Yeah, you see, it has created the order secret in our env.local. So the first, install the package. Then next, create an env.local file where our secret will be generated automatically. All right. So very, very good graph. What is what the next is said to configure. Next is to create AutoJS config and object. So the AutoJS file is where you configure your login, where you set it up. It's okay where you connect, do the connections and everything for you to set up your login using the auth.js, that is your OAuth login. So let's do, we need to create a file called the auth.js. All right, it is written auth.ts because this was written with TypeScript in mind. All right, but we are learning with JavaScript, so we'll use the auth.js file. So we'll come to the root again, collapse everything, come to the root, create a file called auth.js. All right, the auth.js file. Then go back, let's go back here. So the auth.js file, we need to copy this and paste in our auth.js file. So start by creating a new auth.js file at the root of your app with the following content. So let's copy and paste this content there. Proceed. So now auth.js file, paste this content. All right, perfect. So let's go. What next on documentation? Add a root handler under your app. All right, this is your app. We're talking about your app. This is your app. All right, this is your app. We said add a root handler following this route app slash API slash auth slash dash dash next auth slash root.js. I just think that so we need to create this. So after we create this route, we'll copy this content and paste it. So let's go ahead and do that. We go here. Um, say the app. If you look at the roots here, it said inside of the app you create the slash API slash auth slash next auth slash root.js because well, so let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Right click API slash auth. All right. Be very, very careful with this. So maybe you can write it down in the paper so you follow it up. Slash. Then you have our array bracket open and close. I advise you to open and close the bracket. Then a three dot inside that dot that is spread operator. The next auth. All right. Then you leave the bracket forward slash root root js. All right. So let's see what we have. We have API slash auth slash an array bracket open and close. Inside the array bracket, we have the spread operator dot next auth forward slash root.js at the end. So you can save this. All right, so I've created this file. We've created this root file. All right, so this will handle our callback. So you come here, copy this content and paste on inside your root. All right, so all these are very, very important. One thing I like about this AutoJS is that the documentations are very clear. You can just go through it patiently. You can get yourself set up. All right. So this is so let's now look for. So we have installed our AutoJS on our PC. We are set up now. It's for us to go set up our authentication. All right. There are three ways you can set up authentication with AutoJS. First is the OAuth, and that's what we're focusing on. We have the magic link, we have the credentials. So we're focusing on OAuth. What does OAuth do? Let's see. OAuth comes with over 80 provider pre-configured. Here you create a login platform where users log in using third-party providers. All right. Most users, most person now with an Android phone has a Google account. They have Gmail working. They have Facebook account. They have Twitter account. So you can be able to create login using those providers, all right, since their details are already on those servers, you can create a login system where they're using those third-party provider where they can log in with their Google account or log in with their GitHub account and the like. So today we're going to working with the Google, all right? So click on Google. It's going to tell us what we need to do. First, we need to register our project on the Google Developer Console. All right, that's the first thing we need to do here. Second, we need to set up an environment. All right, for us to be able to log in with Google, there's a secret that we'll be given. All right, so and that secret needs to be saved in our env.env.local. Env.local, that file we created to save secrets. So we can just come and copy this here, go to the env.local here, paste it. All right, so this is our env.local where we have our auth secrets already written, already created. So come here, we paste this here. So we want to, this is another secret that we must make available, right? But this secret, the Google ID and Google secret are important keys that will be given to us when we have registered our application, web application with the Google Developer Console. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. But I'm just preparing everything. So set a provider, we're working with Google. So all this is what we're going to do. So let's go ahead. So let's go ahead. How do we register our application? We need to go to the Google Developer Console, their website. Very, very simple. Just click on Google Developer Console. All right. We click on Google Developer Console, click on enter. You click on enter here, you see it, Google Developer Console, you see it, https console.developer.google.com. This is because there are many other ones that might get you confused, all right? But this is the accurate one, console.developer.google.com. So click on this. All right, so I'm going to be selecting the email I want to work with. You know, I have so many emails, so I'll select the email I want to work with. For the email I'm used to register this project. So you can as well use your email or create a special email for you to register your web application with the Google developer. All right, so this is it. So you can come if you come here. Okay, I think I have a challenge with this particular email, so I can make use of another email. Then make use of one of my other emails. All right, so I'll make use of then make use of another email that's available. So I'll make use of this email. All right. Good. So let me make use of this email here. So let me register my account. First thing you do when you come to when this should be working, all right? So good. If you come here, if you're a new user, you see select project here, all right? On this tab, you see a select on this box, you see a select project. But because I've used this before, so I have they won't ask me to do that. So here, just click on new project. When you click on that, click on select project, you see new project. Click on new project here. Then you come and register your project. The name of my own project, like as you can see here, is called project. All right, so I'll just register it as project there. Register it as project. Here. I'll come here, register as project. All right, register. So create. So I hope it creates. So it has created my project called project. All right. So select my project here. So this is it. So you make sure anytime you see the project appearing here, if you selected it, you see the project appearing here. So what is the next thing you do? Click on this hamburger icon, this menu icon here. You see there are many options. Go to the options that talks about API and services. All right. When you get to API and services, click on OAuth consent screen. That's where you set up your web application. That's how you get it registered. Click on OAuth consent screen. All right. There are many there. Click on OAuth consent screen. Let's go to OAuth consent screen here. The OAuth consent screen. Good. You see something like a frame, you see get started. So click on get started. What you do, what they just need you to do is to get your project registered. All right, get it registered, the name and everything. So this is it. Support email. This is my support email. Then next, fill in the name of the project here. The support email next. Put external. All right. put external because it's not just for within an organization, it's for all users. So click on put on select the external radio button there. So next, click on contact information. This is just a support email. Maybe you can use another of your email as support email in case they're not able to reach you with this email. So next, agree to the Google API services. You can go ahead and click this and read it before getting to agree. All right, so then continue. Create, create. So next is to create. So we are beginning the first stage of registration. After the next stage, you take us to another stage of registration. So here you click on create OAuth client, all right? Click on create OAuth client where it takes you to another phase, to the next phase of Google authentication. Here to ask for application type. This is a web application, all right? So there's web, there's Android, there's Chrome, iOS. So we're working with a web application. So click on web application here. Next again is to input again the name of our project here. Project or the website you are building. Next is to authorize JavaScript origin. JavaScript origin means where is you're talking about authorize the JavaScript origin, talking about the source of where the login will be coming from, where users will be logging in from. So I'm working with a my local server. So I have to pull the link to my local server link here. All right. If I have a website, if I'm doing this for a website that's already hosted, I'll put my website link here. Like if it says the website www.earlycode.net, all right, I'll do that here. But now I'm working with my local origin, that's the local server here. So I have to put in, look at it here, all right. This is it. I'm working with the local host here, so I have to put in that link there. All right, so I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead here and say HTTP. Working with the local host, the HTTPS is not used. It's the HTTP because it doesn't have security. All right. So HTTPS then local host. So this is it. Localhost 3000. All right. So these are authorized JavaScript origin. Next is the authorized redirect URL. All right. When you click, you get registered to redirect you back somewhere. So there is a particular link you put in here, the redirect link. You come here. We are still working with the local, so it will be localhost HTTPS. All right. HTTP. All right. Forward slash 12 localhost 3000 slash API. All right. Slash auth slash callback slash Google. We're working with Google, so slash Google. So this is it, all right? So I authorize to direct to the URL where Google will direct user from. This is it, localhost slash API slash auth slash callback slash Google. I think that. So this is how you get to register. The first is the authorized origin where where the login request will be coming in. All right, it's coming from our local server because that's what we're working with. If the website is hosted, then you can work with the hosted name. All right, the domain name. Perfect. All right, this is it too. Click on create. All right, you have put in necessary details. Click on create. The essence of this whole registration so that you can get access to the client ID and the client secret that we need to get here. These are very, very important requirements if your login will work. All right. So that's the essence of this registration. All right. So first, I think I registered. This is our client ID. So we can go ahead and copy this client ID, then come here and paste it here. Control V. Paste it. The next is to get our secret. So let's go back and get our secrets. We come here. Okay. So we can get our secret. Click on projects here. So I can get our secret. So you see our client secret here. Look at it, the client secret here. You can copy it here. Or you can even download it to get it saved on your PC for important use in case you get missing. So copy the secret here, go here, paste it here. All right, perfect. All right, so you are set up. You've gotten this. The whole essence of registering your application at the Google Developer Console so that you can get your Google ID and your Google secret, which are important parts for your login to be successful. All right, so perfect. So let's go ahead and set it up now. Since we're able to we have gotten what we need, our keys. So let's go ahead and set up. First of all, We see come here, this is our login. So come here. Let's go and look at what Auth.js is saying. So don't forget, remember we added this callback, API slash all slash callback slash go. We added this callback on our while we're registering our app. So next, our secret, we've gotten our secret. Now set up provider. All right, so we want to use the Google provider. So we need to come write this in our Google.js because it provides an array there in the Google Auth.js where we can set up the provider. So we're working with Google, so you can come and copy this, paste it on your Auth.js, import the Google function. All right, so you come here, Auth.js, you see above, you want to work with Google, so let's import it first of all, Google. Then inside here, this is the provider, all right? So we're working with the Google provider, like you see here on our Auth.js documentation here. We're working with the Google provider, so you can call the Google provider here. So you see the Google is appearing, means that we're on the right track. So it has a parenthesis, the Google function. Then inside, it receives a bracket, an object bracket. All right. This object bracket is where you link the secret to the Google login. You have to link the secret here. All right. We can as well come and say, okay, our client ID. We can as well come and just copy this secret, but it's not really advisable that you keep important keys and secrets open on your project. All right, so it's important it is hidden in the env.local. But there's a way you can encrypt it where you can still point to this. Don't forget this auth.google.id, auth underscore google underscore id is a variable, right? And anywhere this variable is called, it contains this secret. The same to the auth underscore google underscore secret is a variable and it contains this secret. So there's a way we can encrypt the code so that it will still encrypt the code. So that instead of putting the secrets directly here, the keys directly here, we can encrypt it so I can be pointing. It will be here, but it will be pointing to the env file. All right, so let's go ahead. It's called, we use the process.env dot, then we're going to copy the variable name, right? In the env, come then copy the variable name here, Google Auth ID. All right, so you come here, come back here, paste it, Ctrl V, then command, because this is an object, command. The next is the client secret, all right? The client secret. So we want to encrypt it together because the Google needs these details to be able to be functional. So next is the client secret, all right? So go and copy, okay, the same process, dot env dot copy the variable name, come here, env.local, copy this. All right, so go ahead, paste this here. The reason why I'm copying it so I don't make any mistake is case sensitive. Everything must look alike. So by this, we have set up our Google authentication. So it is the client ID, the client secret is now linked where it's coming from in the env.local. So and don't forget to set up our root. Okay, I will set up our, we already built our login page, which is this. All right, so if you remember, our login page is already built here. All right, so let's go ahead and set it up. So we'll just come and the next, if you look at what the env is, look at after doing this up, all this is available, our root is available, then just to add the signing, all right, the function that will facilitate signing. So let's go ahead and do that. This is it. All right, so don't forget, look like what I have here already. So I'll come here. Discover that here for the sign, you need to import the signing function from at OAuth. All right, so let's go there at auth. So we'll come here at /auth. This is our login. So we need to come top of here and import our signing. Our signing from, I see the signing from at auth. Click on this. Our signing has been imported from at auth. Good. So we'll come here. If you look at what we have here, come to the form, add the action, then add the logic to able to sign it. So come to the form like this. All right. So add the action here, form action. So inside we have a callback function inside. Good. So here, if we will delete that API. So this is an asynchronous function. We need to tag it as an async function. So we'll say async, we'll come and we'll say async, then await signing, call our function here. Inside will now indicate which of the provider we're using, which is the Google provider to be inside of a string, Google provider, right? And not forget, we need to indicate that this, because this we're working with an API, so we need to tag this as a server component. So we do use the use server because we're working with an API. So we use the use server. And we imported signing from at auth, which works only in the server side. So we use a the use server to tag it. So basically, everything is all set up from here. Everything is all set up. Let me just try to arrange this and make it look its best. Good. So everything is all set up here. Don't forget this form carries the button. So let's go ahead and click on our button and see if it's going to work, which I believe it would. All right. So reload. Let me show everything is reloaded. Perfect. So let's click on this and see. Click on this. All right. So are you seeing that? So let me say I want to log in with this. Continue. Our login is successful. So I've successfully logged in. Thank you very much.